But you see the pattern here? In this exercise, we added login and logout. Three major coding blocks, once again, just for the sake of reinforcement. Three major code blocks. HTML5 button elements, phone methods JavaScript, phone.associate token, phone.login, phone.logout, JavaScript methods. Then login success, login failure or error, logout success or error, status update, JavaScript function. So three pieces of code. We follow the same pattern as we go lab by lab. Let's do next lab. What is happening in next lab? Lab 3. Let's go to lab 4. Lab 4, we are going to make a call and then we are going to end the call. As you can guess, I am going to add make a call button and a call button. Right? Then I am going to add JavaScript for phone.dial, then JavaScript for phone.hangout. Let us do that. For lab 4, see what needs to be uncommented. Go to the same file. Lab 4, you see that there are 4 parts. First part, buttons. 2, make call and call. Right? Make call and call, HTML5, very simple, straightforward buttons. That is part 1. Lab 4, part 2, what am I doing in part 2? I am going to invoke Lab 4, part 2. I am going to make these buttons visible. Lab 4, part 3. I am going to make these buttons invisible on logout. Right, this is all UI trickery, nothing related to phone. I have to show make call, end call buttons only if you successfully log in, otherwise why would I show? Right? Then, so what is the core of you see that last part is just this. I have uncommented part 4. Part 4 is the crux of this entire function. I am using phone.dial method. And to end call, I am using phone.hanger method. When dial is successful, I am using a callback call connected. If you look at call connected, I am simply updating the status label once again, nothing special. Same pattern. Added buttons for make call, end call. Added some UI trickery to hide and show them. Then, on clicking make call button, I am invoking phone.dial. On clicking end call button, I am invoking phone.hanger. Then I am using the callbacks to update the status. That's all. Now I think you should by now you should be kind of picking out exactly what is the core piece that I am doing here. Exactly what aspects of phone object I am using it. Right? So let's see this in action. Go back. Make sure that you logged out before refreshing the page. All right. Let us say just whatever. Login. See? I'm using UI trickery here. On login success, I am updating the status label. I am also showing 3 HTML widgets. A text field, a make call button, and a call button. Right? What should happen when I make call? When I click make call, what should happen? Phone.dial should be invoked, should be executed, right? Similarly, what should happen when I click end call? Phone.hang up should happen. Right? So, okay. Again, very simple. Try to make calls. Right?
Which is one of them got cut down and one of them got side out. And that looks fine.
As simple as that.
Okay.
Then,
the JSON file.
end call.
He's giving me here.
Call is connected. I can hear. Call is connected. So again, you should understand that these buttons are not doing anything fancy. On clicking make call button, I am invoking phone.dial. That's all I am doing. Phone.dial. You see that there are 2 media elements that I specified because I have to show the, when I do the make call, if it is a video call or audio call, based on that I have to capture the elements, right? Okay. All right. Now disconnected. Is it understandable? Are you confused or you're good? You get the concept here? How we are adding feature by feature. Log in, log out. Dial, hang up. We are following the same pattern for each edition of functionality. We will follow once again in lab, next lab. We will also receive calls. Same thing, right? If you go to the next lab, receiving calls. Again, to receive call, I will add a button. To receive call, I will write a method to, well, phone dot receive call. Okay. All right. So, to do the answer, to receive the calls, you have to use answer method. So, if you look at the lab 4 code, let's do that. Sorry, lab 5, right? Lab 5. Three parts. Lab 5. I added HTML elements. Oh. Lab 5. Yes. I uncommented 3 pieces. First piece is just the answer button HTML. Button answer call HTML. Second piece is making it visible or invisible. Third piece is phone dot receive. Sorry, phone dot answer. That is third piece. Right? So let's go back. Logged out. Refresh the page. Again, try this. Tester 2, log in. Now, I have to make a call to tester 2, right? How do I make a call to tester 2 at sample.rtc.net? So if you are running your app, can you make a call to tester 2 at sample.rtc.net? Any one of you who finished up make call, end call exercise? Did you finish up? Okay. Or the other way is, did anyone finish up lab 4, lab 3? Lab 3 or lab 4? You finished up? Can you call tester 2 at sample.rtc.net? Just go to your web page. Your page. Tester 2 at sample.rtc.net. Okay, make call. Incoming call from EE at WEB RTC Students for Solutions. That's your domain. Good. So now I'm going to answer this call. Hello. Who is this? It's not you. Okay, somebody tricked me. All right, excellent. So this is how you receive video call. The point you have to note is, I got the video call from a different user in a different domain. Right? So all of these identifiers are interoperable. Okay, sorry. You see that, disconnected, you see that when call is incoming, the answer call button is just popping up, just then and there, right? And that is the UI trickery that I have written. You can write your own. Answer call button is being made visible when call is incoming. Then I click answer call. When I click answer call, phone.answer method is invoked. That's it. Right? So let's go back to the source code again, just to reinforce that point. On call incoming, what am I doing? I am making answer call button visible. Hidden is equal to false. I am making it visible. And of course, I'm updating the status label. But this button, when you click it, it is going to answer the call. Right? So where is this answer call button? This button is set up. If you go up, the answer call button on click is answer call function. Right? So when she called me, this incoming call event is triggered. I'm using the incoming call event to show the answer call button. This answer call button already has its baggage, which is when you click it, it should happen. Kind of baggage, right? That baggage is already here. Here is the baggage.
How many calls can you make at once?
How many calls?
Yes, like, so can you do like a massive platform like
Well,
Blab?
theoretically, there is no limit. If you log in as, for example, I logged in as tester2 at sample.rtc.net, right? And all of you can make calls to me. What happens is, they get queued, right? The incoming calls, they'll be queued and they'll be coming one by one. There is an upper limit at the platform level. I think about 12 or so calls you cannot visit the page. Right? Now, when I log in, using the library itself, I can handle 2 simultaneous calls.
So only about 2. So you couldn't do like a whole international broadcast to a bunch of people all at once.
Well, the phone paradigm is not broadcast, right? Phone is always person to person or person to a group of persons. But this group is formed not automatically. You have to call them first and then merge them, right?
Okay.
So it's always clear to me. Whether you merge them later or not, different story. We do have, be able to call, you can do that. Right?
So, like,
but you can't merge them today.
on the Google Hangout, you can email people and they can reply back, and you can have 10 people on one platform interacting at once.
Yes.
So, is there a space where this can grow to, since we're in an open source
Point is,
platform?
we don't have to do anything for that feature, right? You can write such a feature. Let us say you wrote an app, you do have some users. Each user has an account, let us say. You can write applications to kind of, give them their own chat identity and then make all of them talk to each other via chat services. You can write those apps.
Like Skype.
Right? It is not WebRTC. The purpose of WebRTC is to set up the communication channel. What can you build on top of it? That is up to you as a developer. There is no restriction from outside, from AT&T side.
Okay.
In other words, you can write Google Hangouts yourself.
Okay. That's what I want to know.
There's a misprint.
Yeah. Because it's still fresh.
Oh, I'm texting you. Because I got completely lost. Yeah.
So the log out, make call, end call, answer call. I think you should be familiar with these functions by now. I mean, you don't have to be technically conversant with what is happening behind the scenes. But using the phone object methods themselves, that is what we want to illustrate, right? How do you add a button? For example, let us say somebody gave us, let's say you are trying to write a WordPress blog, and you want to add click to call kind of a function, right? You want to add a button. When the button is clicked, you want to actually make a call. Let us say you want to add such a function. What should happen? What should I write? I should write markup for the button. I should write JavaScript for what should happen when I click the button. I should write JavaScript when something happens successfully or unsuccessfully. That's it, callbacks. So this is the programming paradigm that we wanted to show you in these exercises. And it is the same pattern we follow feature by feature. Next we are going to do hold and resume. Right? You can very well explain. What is hold and resume, including hold and resume functionality? What will it entail? 2 buttons, phone.resume. That's it. So let me show you that aspect. Well, you can be creative. You can write. Actually, you can. Exactly. It's possible. Hold is a very open topic, right? Typically, carriers like AT&T, they will choose to provide you elevator music, right? So-and-so guy is on hold, please wait, something like that. Or it can be kind of totally empty. you'll be interaction. That is possible. So based on this scenario, if you detect the audio, if you want to stop your own audio, you can do it. So you can use the callbacks. Hold these successful callbacks. You can use that and you can trigger your own elevator. So that is the purpose of callbacks, actually, to do your own things. Okay. Let me log out. Okay. When you are using Web RTC, AT&T Web RTC, you can have maximum 5 sessions per user ID. So please always log out anytime you test. If you log out, your session will be clear, right? If you don't log out, you keep on updating the file, your sessions will pile up. After 5 sessions, you won't get any more sessions. Right, and for a given user, you have to start a different user. Right? For example, I started using tester 2, tester 2, tester 2, tester 2, tester 2 5 times. I am not logging out. I cannot create a session after 5th time for tester 2. I can create only another session for tester 3, tester 4, some other days. Right? Anyway, good practice always to log out. Let me see. What are we trying to do now? We are going to add hold and resume functionality. Let's do part lab 6. 4 parts. First part, buttons, nothing special. What are those buttons? Hold call button with hold call function. Resume call button with resume call function. Right? Just buttons. HTML5 markup. Part 1. Okay, next part 2. Lab 6, part 2. UI trickery. Make them visible or invisible. Hold and resume. They should be visible only while the call is in progress. So I'm using some kind of a trickery, right? Similarly, if the call is out, if there is no call at all, no need to show these hold and resume buttons. UI trickery. Okay? Then the actual phones methods. You can see that again. Phone.hold. When I click the hold button, phone.hold. When I click the resume button, phone.resume. If the hold is successful, I am updating the status label here, or you can play your own elevator music here using this callback. Right? So, do this, update this. Once again, log in as tester 1. Okay, I logged in and ready to make call. And make it call. So if the call is in progress, only then hold call, resume call buttons will be shown. Right? Otherwise there is no point, right? Okay. When hold call, when I click hold call is on hold, and basically media will not be transmitted, right? Okay, let's try to do the same thing. Hold call and resume call. Okay, resume call. End call. Okay, can you call me? Can one of you call me with your account IDs? You this time? Don't mind? No? Okay. The surprise guest. Can you call me again? EE at Web RTC Solutions, whatever. Right. Answer call button. Show.
There you go. Awesome.
You guys are tricking me every time.
Oh, that is awesome.
Alright, this time we are surprised by today I am Sultan Shakir. Yes, great. Great, you
gotta figure it out so we can get it set up.
So now, when the call is in progress, you can see hold call, resume call functions available. Let's see what happens when I click hold call. Right? Media stop flowing. If you see your screen, basically your media, no, you don't get any media. Now, resume call,
I should went off before and get attacked. Did something
right? So, bidirectional media will be controlled with hold and resume. I am sending a signal to Shakur. I'm sending a signal to him, and I'm saying that I won't be able to send any media. You will be please be inactive until the time I do resume, right? So you should see that. Okay, you should call. Did the call help? The call resume. So the call. So the point here. Once again, to include hold and resume functions, we added buttons, JavaScript methods. When you click those buttons, JavaScript methods for phone.hold, phone.resume, right? This is all I did. This is the whole JavaScript to include hold and resume functionality. Phone.hold, phone.resume. When the hold is successful, I am just updating the status. Resume is successful, I am updating the status. That's all. You can visit the same page on different browser options. When you want to test the hold and resume as two different users. Different use cases. Yep. So, question here is, if I understood correctly, hey, I'm a single developer, how can I test it myself, right? How can I act as a send party and receiving party? Just open up two different browser sessions, log in as two different users, that's it. In my case, what I do is, this is my profile right now, I am logged in as tester1. Okay, let's log on. I'm logging in as tester1. Okay? Then I will open up a new profile in the browser. Switch person. Okay.
Because I was just saying this for this class. Take it with you.
Another browser profile. My same app. HTML. Go there. This time I am logging in as tester2. Same app. Right? I can actually call between these two. I can call tester1. Tester1 at sample.trirtc.net. I call. See? This guy got the call. Call. Okay, and there everywhere. Right?
That is awesome.
Exactly. Okay, that's why we don't like this.
Well, I don't get very good service in here. See, it's probably the towers interference. Where's your service from?
Yes, the new browser profile that will be on the top right. Top right, the switch persona, something like that. So if you see, my case top right, I created a profile called A1 OTM. I created a bunch of profiles. No, this is how I'm doing it here. This is web tester, you're right. Okay, let me bring this up to your question. Where else does this work? Right, that is the question. Right now, we have been testing it on Chrome on desktop. Chrome on Android phone.
The thing is,
also
you
works.
pay $99 a year to be
Right?
going to build apps
Not on iPhone.
every year. Yeah, so basically,
So this is how you do it. I previously created personas before, just for testing purposes. I can select any other person when I create a new browser. So,
Which I need to do on my own
yeah.
phone.